Hey guys, Nick is putting me through a back and biceps workout today, so we'll see if I survive. First thing is, what am I doing?
We're going to do some TRX rows, regular rows, not inverted. So just regular neutral grip, just like that, yeah. And then we're going to right down there. Just to warm up the back. Good, you can even take a little bit of a step forward too.
More?
Yeah, just a little bit. Again, we don't want to start just want to get the back warmed up. Make sure everything's feeling good. We'll do 2 more. Gotta keep all the energy in for the heavier stuff at the end. Oh, next one we're gonna do is a Y-up. So we're gonna take a little bit of step forward for this one, and then the arms come up just above the ears.
Okay.
Just like that. Yeah, I just it's like one. Good. And a little bit of a pinch at the top. There we go. Good. We're always breathing out on the way up.
Oh, I'm terrible at breathing.
Oh, yeah. Three more? No more. Alright, next up we got dual cable pull downs. We're going to make sure that when we're pulling down, we almost like squeeze, like somebody's telling us to squeeze our back, flex the muscles so that we can really engage the lats and warm them up. So Carrie is going to go ahead and demonstrate.
Am I going to demonstrate or am I going to do the
I was just
exercise?
going to say, probably actually do the exercise.
I'm okay to just demonstrate. Just a couple.
Good.
Am I doing it correctly?
We're going to squeeze really.
I don't think I can squeeze more.
The best we can, just a little bit of a pause at the bottom, just so we can recruit more muscle fibers, get everything warmed up. Good, and always breathing out on the way down, so it's the opposite of the push movement. And then always going all the way up as well, so we can get a full stretch of the back.
That's all I got.
Alright. Okay, next up we got a dumbbell row. We're going to use the bench as a support system so your core is tight at that point, so that you can go a little bit heavier as well, but we always want to start with a warmer, a lighter set so you can warm up the back too, so you can end a little bit heavier as well. So Carrie's going to demonstrate keeping the back, the hand is going to be on the bench as a support. And then we're going to bring that torso right down, but keeping our back and spine straight. And a little trick with this one, we're not actually going to drive the elbow up, we're going to swing it backwards a little bit. Oh, like that, yeah. Even a little bit, even more towards the hip. There we go. Good. And always breathing out on the way up again. Always fighting gravity with our breathing. Two more. Good. Other side. Always want to keep that balance between one another. And a little trick too, to make it a little more challenging, is 3 seconds on the way down too.
So a little slower.
A little slower, yeah. So that way you can really feel it.
I lost count.
2 more. All right, next up we got deadlifts, but we're going to do a little bit differently just because we want to use the top portion of the back for this one. So it is a lower body exercise typically, but we're just going to use more of the back now that we've done our rows and pull downs. So Carrie is going to have basically her laces are going to be right under the bar. Okay, shoulder within shoulder width apart as well. We're going to grab onto the bar with our back upwards and a chest up, looking up as well so that we can go up. I'm just gonna lift up, breathing up, good. Coming right down. As soon as that hits the bar, back up again. Good, nice and slow on the way down, and back up. Good, we're gonna do 2 more, a little bit more explosive. Right up, good. Last one. Good. Next up, we're going to do a 1-arm cable row. A little trick with this one, we're going to start actually with your weaker side first so that while it's fresh. Carrie's going to grab onto the handle. We're going to take a little bit of a distance too so that we have a lot of range of motion between where it stops and where she is. So she's going to pull back and get set first. Okay, and then we're going to bring those shoulders back a little bit. And then on the way in, we're going to breathe in. On the way back, we're going to breathe out. Good. And you want to breathe, think about pulling it into your pocket and not necessarily upwards so that we're focusing on the lats, which is usually...
So just down like this?
Exactly, exactly. Good. We don't want to do too much upper back because that's how we develop a lot of posture issues. And 2 more. Good. A little bit balanced, right? Good. You can see she's doing a little bit of a squeeze too. We always want to do that a little extra squeeze so we have a better mind-muscle connection. This is what's going to really help break those muscles down to boost our metabolism, to really get those goals a little bit more efficiently. We're going to do 2 more. Good. Little extra work here is going to be a superset, meaning 2 exercises back to back. It's going to do the same thing, but both at the same time. So we have...
It's very, very light.
It's very light?
Very light.
There we go. Good. And make sure again we're always breathing.
Back to you? Sorry.
Okay. We're always looking at breathing out on the way back, and always that squeeze too. Good.
And do you want the bar coming down to the abdomen?
Right to the belly button. Right to the belly button. That's always the best cue for that is if you're not sure where to go, think about the little hole we got right here, right to connect it to the belly button. Good. There we go. Excellent. All right, next up we have a pullover on the cables. So we're gonna actually do this on a chest supported on the bench because it takes out all the core, all the hips, so we can isolate the back more. We can focus on the back more. So Carrie's gonna grab onto the ropes, lay right on the bench.
I have actually never done this before, so this is interesting.
First time, right?
Okay, so
we're
I'm pulling it down.
exactly.
Just like I would standing.
Exactly, exactly. And we're always going to be breathing out on the way down, too. And you want to go all the way up and all the way down. Now, here's the little trick is when we're at the very bottom, we're going to shove those shoulders back just a little bit, too. Good. And that's really going to engage those lats and the upper back that we're really trying to target here. Again, having that bench is really going to help take all the hips and all the momentum right out so we can only focus on just the upper back, which is going to help posture and use up those muscles a lot more efficiently. And 2 more.
No, get that.
Next exercise, the dumbbell purl. We're going to start with our setup is going to look like this, so our palms are facing that way, right? Elbows are going to be right beside the ribs, okay? And then Carrie's going to bring her hand up, controlled, and down, and back up. Good. Breathing out on the way up, keeping those elbows tucked in all the time, and always give it a little squeeze, a little pinch, so you can get the best recruitment of that muscle. Now, a little extra trick that you can try is to fully have the elbow pushed back on the opposite side.
On the opposite side?
Yeah, so she's going to do a little bit of a kickback on the side that is not coming up so that we're properly using the tricep as well. And that's really going to make things a little bit more challenging. You might feel a little bit burned, just drop the weight a little bit more if that.
Confuse my brain is what it does.
Yeah.
Confuses my brain.
But yeah, that's just taking it up a little notch if you want to make a little more of a challenge. And last one. Good. Exercise is the face pull. We're going to do this having our hands overhead, and when we finish, we're actually going to, it's almost like we're flaring our elbows away from you. So Carrie's going to pull that apart, good. And then your elbows almost to the point where they come back, and you're opening that chest up really, really, really high. Good. Deep breath on the way in, breathe out, and really squeeze that upper back. Good. And you can actually see that all those muscles are really getting pulled in really, really well. So this is a perfect, really good finisher to get all of those muscles pulled back after a big back workout. And again, helping that posture, helping not lean forward too much during our desk jobs or driving or anything involving our shoulders forward. Two more. And the last one, we're going to go nice and slow on the way back. Breathe out. Good. Excellent.